First of all, let's talk about today's real estate client compared to, say, the client we serviced 10, 15 years ago. How has the client changed?
The expectations of the clients are different in three areas. One is what they expect in profits from the property they're buying. They haven't seen a downturn in the market, so none of them have seen prices go down. We've had a pretty darn good market for almost 12 years. Right. Second thing is they expect a greater level of professional service because the better competitors in this industry are giving much better service, and they know it. And I think the final thing is they're much more tech savvy, especially the younger ones, and so they want much wider access to information of all kinds. They don't want you to be the information holder. They want to get every bit of information you've got, and they want you to tell them where to get the rest that they can get without you.
So is real estate attracting younger people?
Finally, we're starting to. We went through an era back in the early 1970s where NAR in the early 60s was about 2% female, and by 1972 to 75 was 50%, now 55% female. And so in 1970 era, we attracted a ton of younger women into the business. Before that, it was a white-haired old man sport of somebody 50 or so that was in it. And so we got our first big bulge, if you will, of young people. We got a lot of 25, 30-year-old women who had a husband who had an income. They could go out on a commission income for a while with somebody to support them, and they found they could make very, very good money. And so we attracted a ton of young people. Well, the average age in my company right now, the average age of our broker owners, 56. The average age of our agents, 49. And that reflects the experience of the people that came up through the ranks. About 10 years ago, we started seeing the downsizing of American businesses, and we started seeing well-educated people, whether they be in technology or wherever, that had college degrees, they were very smart, very aggressive. The dream of stock options never came true, and we started seeing for the first time the influx again. And so it is great to get younger people in this business.
Now, what do you think is going to happen to the realtor population? Right now, we're at about 1.3 million realtors.
Hopefully, we're going to lose 300,000 to 400,000 realtors in the next year to 2 years. Now, the interesting statistic is that there are so many bad realtors out there, they make us look good just because they're so bad.
True.
But they're not serious. I was in Las Vegas last weekend, and we did a meeting on Saturday. I was flying home Sunday with the Las Vegas newspaper, and they had an article on real estate agents. And they said that the Las Vegas Board of Realtors had doubled, 7,500 to 15,000 agents in 5 years. And that in the last 90 days, 20% had not renewed their licenses. That's a drop-off of 20% of 15,000 agents in 90 days, and that's a drop-off of 3,000 people who weren't serious about the business. And the problem with really good professional agents, and a definition of professional, by the way, is doing your job so good that it looks so easy, the customer doesn't realize how hard it is. And so our customers see us make some big money. They don't see the investment we put in. They don't see the long hours. They don't see the listings you advertise that you never get your money back out of. And so it attracts a ton of people who say, oh, I saw Bill sell a house. There's nothing to this. Right. And so you attract your own competition. The problem with our business right now, there's 400,000 people in the realtors, at least 300,000, who have never made a sale or a listing. Now, I'm an expert. I did that, if you'll recall. Okay, you got 100,000 realtors that aren't even realtors. They're mortgage lenders and title people and trainers who are trying to get access to realtors. And so what's happened is we've just ballooned up so big. Now, everybody, you know, we need to eliminate, what you really need to do is you need to eliminate almost 50% of the realtors that are out there because they're not that serious.
So is there any hope of ever having any standards?
You know,
I mean, doctors have standards, lawyers have standards.
The problem is, if you look at the state of Colorado, we have one license. You have to go to school for 288 classroom hours before you can even get a broker's license. We don't have a sales license anymore. Well, that has made it tougher for people to come in. Right. And that means the harder it is to get in, the more serious they have to be. This isn't just a lark if I can go down and take a one-day test. And if we would raise our standards up much higher, the general public could be serviced much better. Every study that we have done in my company is the more that you learn, the more that you earn. And, if you're serious about the job, the boards have got it wrong. They want you to take continuing education, but the continuing education has nothing to do with customer service. The continuation has nothing to do with building your business, how to advertise, how to promote yourself. That's the wrong kind of training. And what you have to do is you just have to devote a certain percentage of your time and a certain percentage of your gross income to learning and making yourself better. And the difference of what a CRS makes versus a non-CRS is absolutely unbelievable.
Now, we talk about the importance of training. RE/MAX has the Coaching Hall of Fame, and I'm honored to be part of the RE/MAX Coaching Hall of Fame. Why is coaching and training so important to realtors? Why did you create this Coaching Hall of Fame?
The thing that's interesting is there are many, many motivational speakers in the business. And they're good, and they're entertaining, and they're fun. And yet convention attendance is going down for all conventions and so on. And what's happened now is today's real estate agent in the last 2 or 3 years wants something they can take home and make money with tomorrow. They don't want touchy-feely stuff. They don't want to talk about generic things. They want 5 things they can walk out of here with, and how can I make more money? How can I serve my clients better? How can I get my listings sold faster? How can I get the property priced better tomorrow, not something I can do for 6 months from now? And the Coaching Hall of Fame was built around that principle. We realized once we know how many people are tuned in. We know how many downloads are coming off the internet. And so if you're giving them good value, they'll take it tomorrow. They get it Tuesday, they're using it Wednesday.
So actionable ideas, the days of sales trainers being motivators or talking about esoteric ideas that you have to figure out how to apply or over. And that's what we're trying to teach realtors here is, here's what Craig does, here's what successful realtors do. Here are ideas that you can go back and you can implement right away versus, entertainment or motivation or some of the training that we sometimes see in this industry that's really not effective.
It's fun to laugh and it's fun to have a good time at a meeting, but if you can't get some meat out of it and something you can do something with tomorrow, you've wasted your time, you've wasted your money, other than maybe having a little bit better attitude. This room does not need motivated. You spent your own money. No company sent you here. You wrote the check. You're going to pay for the credit card. You are motivated. You're here taking notes. You're not out here on the golf course playing golf. And so you've got the internal motivation. What you want is, what's the system that works for you? What worked for you in this city? And the thing's beautiful about the real estate business is we'll share with each other. And some of you people will be my competitors. I'm more than willing to share with you and teach you everything I know because this is the most unique business in the world. I mean, we fight tooth and nail to get a listing, and the next day we're both trying to sell the listing.
So the motivation's already there. Give the realtors the ideas, the concepts, and good ideas and concepts are going to motivate them to get these programs implemented.